God. Ask God.
Hey Scott, this is Giovanni from Pasadena in Southern California. I want to tell you that I love your podcast. I started listening to it a week after I found out about FBA, and you were one of the inspirations and resources that pushed me to start selling online. Last June, I developed a few products, and it's 3 weeks now that I started selling. By the way, that annoying noise you might hear in the background is a 3D printer printing new concepts. So thank you so much for being part of this. My question is about online sales in general, not limited to Amazon. As said, my wife and I currently live in California, but we're planning to move to a more business-friendly state, always near a port. So we're looking at Texas or the Carolinas. I love it here. Los Angeles is a massive city with endless networking opportunities, multicultural as it gets, and California itself has a reputation for innovation. But it is my impression that the staggering cost of living might slow down our growth and investments. Everything from rent to gas, supermarket bags, and of course taxes is more expensive here. So when it comes to developing an online business, do you think it makes a difference where you live in the US? And not to put you on the spot, but would you name your top 5 picks for the best cities to live and run an online business? Thank you so much, Scott. Cheers.
Hey, Giovanni, thank you so much for the question, and I love it. I was going to ask, if I could, what was that noise? And then you said what that noise was, and I think it's funny that you're sitting here recording your question, and in the background is a 3D printer creating a concept. I love that. I wish that I had the skill set to be able to do exactly that. There's a guy that we had at our TAS Breakthrough Live, Ivan. If you're listening, Ivan, you're a smart guy, and he's got the capability, the same thing, of kind of getting these new concepts kind of like done in his own place with 3D printers, or people that know how to use those things. So I really think that's awesome. If you have concepts of ideas and you're able to do that, that is just brilliant. I love that. And I just think it's so meta that you're doing it right there as we're talking about this business. So it's pretty cool. Okay. So again, this is like a random question. I like it. I do like it, but I'm going to probably not give you that sexy of an answer, because me personally, I don't care about being surrounded like every single day with that environment. I think sometimes I need that space. I like living in just a regular area of people that are just, hard workers, but yet it's not really known as an entrepreneurial state or town or, area. But I get what you're saying, right? And from what I've heard, San Diego, San Francisco, those are some pretty, good areas. I would also say Texas has been another name that has come up a lot for people, especially going to these events. I've been going to some events. I'm actually going to one here in February, and that one is hosted in Texas. I've been to another one, Podcast Movement, almost 2 years ago, and that one was in Texas as well. So it seems like that's a common area for entrepreneurs to kind of, live and meet up. But again, for me personally, I don't desire that. So I'm not really sure I can give you that answer. Maybe what we can do here is maybe we can do something in the comments, or maybe even in Facebook. Maybe if someone starts a thread, and then we can say, hey, what's the best area to move to if you want to be surrounded with other entrepreneurs? Maybe that's something we should start in the Facebook group. So if you're listening right now and you're one of those people that wants to get something started, maybe you want to do that. Start that in our TAS Facebook group. And I'm sure that people are going to start responding, and maybe you can come back and put it in the comments, and maybe we can include it in the show notes if you do that. So whoever's listening, if you want to go ahead and start that, go ahead. That would be cool. And let me know that you did. And we can, again, include that in the show notes. But yeah, there's I think rather than just asking me, because again, I'm not really probably your best person to ask that to, because like I said, I'm very happy where I am. I moved to an area I just wanted to be able to relax and have a little bit more of a slower lifestyle every single day. But then if I want to jump to one of those areas, I can just through travel. But I get what you're saying. I think there's other ways that we can do that, whether it's having a mastermind, whether that's having a meetup, even a local meetup. Go to meetups.com and look for a group in your area that might already be formed, or maybe you form it yourself, and then people will start to come, and every week it'll maybe attract a few more people, and you just never know who you're going to meet. But if you're just looking for that vibe feel, the ones, like I said, that I've heard of is like San Diego, San Francisco, and Texas. Mainly like Dallas, Texas, and I'm sure there's some other surrounding areas there. So yeah, hopefully that helped you. And again, maybe we can get something started here and include it in the show notes. So if you're listening to this after it airs, go to the show notes, theamazingseller.com/310, and maybe there'll be a link there that you can click on and see where these areas are, and maybe even just visit there. Well, hey there. Thank you so much for listening to that episode of Ask Scott. Now, that was just a highlight from one of our full episodes where I generally answer 3 to 4 questions on a podcast. If you want to go back and listen to all of the past archives of not just the Ask Scott session, but all of the full episodes where I do interviews with top Amazon sellers, people starting from scratch and building a business, if you want to listen to any of those episodes, head over to theamazingseller.com and you can find all of that over there. You can also find details there on how you can ask your own question and get it aired on an upcoming Ask Scott session, and possibly see it here on YouTube or just on the podcast. All right, so definitely head over to theamazingseller.com. There's tons of resources over there for you to be able to build your e-commerce and Amazon business. So definitely go check that out. Now, I just wanted to remind you one thing before I let you go. There's a lot of information out there, and some of it is really, really good. What I want you to remember is you have to not just consume the information, you have to actually apply that information. So take this information that you learned here today and apply it to your business, and this way here you can get results. As my shirt says, I wear it almost daily. Take action. We'll see you guys.